Hi, I'm Terry Chapman. I'd like to address how do we move from reaction to response? When faced with challenges, we individually and collectively are hardwired for reaction, which often makes matters worse. How can we exercise the capacity to respond with less reactivity so we can contribute to more healing and wholeness? Whatever our challenges today, and we know we're facing huge challenges, be they personal, communal, spiritual, or even planetary, we can think of ourselves as being at an immense crossroads, a threshold, a choice point. This is a moment that offers enormous possibilities for transformation and at the same time, obstacles and inherent dangers. At such thresholds on our path, we need to have a clear vision, fresh thinking, and wise hearts to help us not only navigate our lives, but to do so with less reactivity and more equanimity and love. The word threshold comes from the age-old practice of threshing or beating the husk away to reveal the kernel of grain. What is revealed at these threshold or liminal in-between places is what lies at the heart of the matter. Throughout human history, human beings have considered threshold places to be places of danger and opportunity, where caution needs to be exercised. Fear of the unknown, uncertainty, questions regarding the way forward feel threatening. Of course they do. And we are hardwired for reactivity when threatened. Threat elicits a reaction which, because reactivity is sourced from the limbic system, that most primitive part of our brain, we can make rash choices and often make matters worse. And yet we know there is more to be tapped into, more wisdom, more courage, more compassion. We, each of us, have the capacity to engage the more evolved part of our brain and make more thoughtful choices in how to respond to disruption. It's this part of us that holds deep potential, huge potential for resilience in our lives. Beneath or inside the life we lead every day is another life. This is what I believe. Another life that runs like a subterranean river beneath our ordinary world of story, of work and family and ambition, money, pleasures, grief. There's another, like a river, a more enduring story that is deep and wide and carries with it abundance and healing. When we become aware of the story we are living in and the deeper source, we become more resilient in the face of unfolding disruption. And when we tap into that source, we can find a golden thread of purpose that when we pull on it and follow it can lead to our destination or our destiny. I love what Rumi said, be still, sit and listen, because you're drunk and we're at the edge of the roof. Be still, sit and listen, because you're drunk and we're at the edge of the roof. So the first thing that we need to do when faced with disruption is to sit still, really to pause, to take a breath. And when we pause and just kind of come back to kind of a sense of presence, there are three questions I believe that we need to ask that will help us find the way forward. First is, who are our allies, our mentors, or as the Irish poet John O'Donoghue framed, our anam caras, our soul friends, who are with us at this place on the path? Who are our teachers that we can count on? Our soul friends at this place. We pause and we ask, where are they and who are they? The second question that I invite us to ask is, Who is our community? What is our Sangha, our fellowship, our church? When we are at a choice point or a threshold point, we need to develop that kind of deep sense of community. It's so important. And the third thing is, what is our practice? I once wrote a poem that I think is like a definition of prayer, and it goes like this. Each breath attended to, every step taken with true intention, every rambling thought let go of, every slight pause before acting, hollows out a broad place in the center of one's being, a deepened, uncramped place where apathy and cynicism are replaced with the flow of compassion. This essentially is the miracle of prayer. However you frame your practice, whatever works for you, find it, deepen it, practice it, especially in these times of disruption. So 3 things. Who are our friends, our Anam carers, our soul friends, our allies, who are our teachers? Where and who is our community? And how can I deepen that community? And what are my practices that can help me stay grounded in this disruptive place? One of my teachers was the Jewish mystic Abraham Heschel, who wrote in his book, The Sabbath. In the tumultuous ocean of time and toil, there are islands of stillness, where when we enter their harbor, we reclaim our dignity. Now is an opportunity for all of us to find those islands of stillness so we can reclaim our dignity. Thank you.